No fake glasses on the podium in the Stanley Cup playoffs or on our next guest, Chris Ranji. You know him from Sox pre- and post-game on The Score.
I brought my lenses.
Yeah, that was very nice. Well, through
Just
those
today,
lenses, you've been watching this team each and every day on the South Side. Are they a first-place caliber team that can legitimately make a playoff run all season?
In this division, yeah, they could. Because right now they're half game up, and after the Reds lost their game tonight, now they're 5 games on top of the Tigers. But that team, just like you, Lawrence, is the team that I'm worried about the most. Still, despite the fact Cleveland's doing what they're doing, they did the same thing last year, too.
Let's talk about some of the great stories on this team. And the number one is Chris Sale and what he's done this year. It's been incredible. I was looking today at wins above replacement, and he's number one in the American League at 3.4 wins above replacement. Why has Sale been so effective, and can he keep it up?
Well, because he's filthy. And you've seen his stuff, and left-handers have just an unbelievably difficult time in trying to pick him up. And the thing about it is, when you're coming from this side, and some of the hitters feel like from that side that the ball's coming from behind them, so it's very difficult to hit. He's so nasty. The slider is so good. The only thing for him is staying healthy. If he's able to stay healthy for a full season, I don't see any reason he can't keep doing this for his career.
You talk to Don Cooper all the time. I mean, it was a weird situation when he went into that bullpen for a week or so and then got back into the rotation. 5-0, sub-1 ERA in his last 5 games. When you talk to Coop, he says they don't have a pitch count on him, but they must, right, Chris?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they are. And they're watching very closely what he does, how many pitches he does throw. Now, I know the last couple of times out he's thrown upwards of 110 or more, and some people were a little concerned about that. Why are they letting him go? Well, the good thing is they've had an extra off day in each one of his starts, or in between each one of his starts. So instead of 4 days rest, he's gotten 5. But when we're back to 4 days rest and those off days are sparse, you're not going to see him throw that many pitches on a regular basis.
Sale and Peavy have been outstanding. Both of them probably make the All-Star team. But then there's some problems in the rest of the rotation. What's been the issue?
Well, the issue is, and you mentioned Philip Humber at the start, he's one of the guys, and I think Gavin Floyd has actually been more alarming because we're looking at the last 5 starts from him in a row. The thing about Philip Humber, and I brought this up over Twitter today and had some debate with some fans earlier, is that Humber, at least in the 9 starts that you guys mentioned, he's at least had 4 quality starts. Now, it's still not good, but the thing is there's something to work with. With Gavin Floyd, you just have to hope that this last 5 starts of his is just a fluke. Like typically early in the season he has trouble and tends to pick it up as the year goes on. You have to hope that that's what's going to happen with him again this season.
And Johnny Danks should return in that Dodgers series next weekend.
Maybe the Cubs series. They might wait.
Okay.
He might get one more start.
Are his struggles because of injury related, or do you have any thought exactly on why Johnny has struggled so much? Because he was probably going to be the guy to replace Burley. That hasn't really worked out that way.
You know, it could be. I don't know how much that shoulder was bothering him this year. I know he kind of had sort of a dead arm thing last year, which a lot of pitchers tend to go through. Not all guys, but a lot of guys do go through that at some point in their lives, and some guys go through it every season. I know he's had that in the past. It could have something to do with it, but he says that he never really felt anything like what he felt a couple of weeks ago until a couple of weeks ago, that it wasn't anything severe up until then. So I can't really assign that to it. But I think otherwise he's wild on occasion, and he needs to reel it in a bit.
All right, so you got a first-place team. You got an MVP candidate in Paul Konerko, a bounce-back year from Adam Dunn and Alex Rios. Why are there still attendance problems?
Well, I think this team, obviously going in, there weren't a whole lot of expectations, and White Sox fans notoriously wait to make sure that the product is going to be good before they finally start to show up. And that's what's going to happen this year. If you look back to the 2005 season, they were picked to be, 3rd or 4th place in that division. It took until about late June, early July before people really started to come out. And that team was in first place from the very start. They never gave up first place all season long. So I would imagine the same sort of pattern will happen here. There are still a lot of people that are skeptical about the team. But when they prove themselves, and if they do prove themselves, you'll start to see people show up. But it might take a while.
Does it hurt them that when they do come home, they don't play as well as they do on the road?
Well, obviously. I don't know if that's why they don't play well. I don't know I know the players notice it. I know that they know. I know the coaching staff is aware of it too. But they still went on a bit of a run. Yeah, some of that was done on the road too. But they still went on a bit of a run even at home in this last 3 weeks or so. So I don't know if that causes them to play the way they do, but I can guarantee you they all notice it.
They better be close to capacity Monday night when the Cubs and Sox renew the rivalry a week from this Monday.
They'll be close. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All games are at night. And yeah, I mean, there's certainly going to be more interest in that, but still, the White Sox are going to have to do a lot of work to try and get people more interested and make them finally believe, okay, well, we're looking at a contender here. So that means they're going to have to win for the next several weeks in order to get people to go.
Chris, thanks for the knowledge. As always, we'll be listening to you on The Score. Sox
I hope
Post.
so.
Absolutely. Still to come on Sports Sunday.